Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the No Dick Pics podcast, episode 27, our finale for 2024, we hope. My name is Max.
I'm Christina.
That's
That
all
was
I
a good
got.
that was a good
Yeah,
one. And you got to it so quickly. It
yeah.
only took 27 episodes.
I've always heard I'm very quick.
Uh-huh. How are you?
Tired.
Tired?
It's been a week. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
So the holidays coming up, so at least some kid-free this weekend and this week, so it'll be kind of relaxing. It'll be nice to get some sleep. I'm sure there's stuff going on, but I don't know. It's like the weekend before Thanksgiving, so a lot of good football.
What are you looking forward to the most? Like, what game?
Not game, because the games aren't really good this weekend, but it'll just be nice to put it on without any extra stuff. Well, last Saturday was busy, so
What happened last Saturday? Why don't you tell us about it?
my son got his black belt, so I'm very
Yay!
proud of him.
That's awesome.
And then we threw him a party,
Mm-hmm.
a black belt party.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's an achievement. It's not easy, right?
No, it was fun. I mean, a lot of sitting, but
How long did you have to sit there?
we were there from 12:15 to about 5-ish. Yeah.
That's fun.
Thank God for phones.
Were you just watching reels the whole time?
No, I was watching football.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But it was more, the first time he tested, I felt like we were just sitting around and there was nothing going on. There was more going on this time because 3 people were testing. So they were doing some crazy stuff and breaking bricks. So it was all right. It wasn't as bad as the first time. So
There are nunchucks involved, or no? How do you say that?
they have nunchucks,
Nunchucks?
but they haven't. I don't think they do them much. But I know they're doing the second wave that he has after his black belt. They're doing nunchucks because he was very excited. Yeah.
I don't know why that makes me think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that's all I think of.
They're ninjas
Ah,
and turtles. I'm sure that guy wasn't completely high when he thought of that. I mean, if you really think
what a
about it,
crazy idea. That was
right?
such a popular show.
Turtles get like some toxic chemicals, and now they become big turtles,
And
and they know
ninjas.
karate,
And they learned
right?
it from a rat.
And they love pizza.
They love pizza.
Cowabunga, dude!
What was the rat's name?
Splinter.
That's right.
Boom, just out of nowhere. And I haven't even thought about that for probably 30 years. How was your week? Or how are you doing?
I'm doing very
That
well.
sounds
Thanks.
great. So now
Yeah.
our first guest. Oh, wait, no, I'm tripping.
Wow. Yeah, I've just been like busy trying to come up with ideas for next season and like things that we're going to change. And
I like how you have the flowers in the background.
I know my mystery flowers.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to block the coffee maker.
So explain to them the mystery flowers.
We talked about it last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know that if you listen back.
I don't listen.
I know.
I don't really have time.
Not even in the car.
It's a fucking 10-minute ride.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm driving 2 hours a day plus. Yeah, as a refresher, I got mystery flowers. I still don't know who they're from, but they're lasting forever. It's been like 2 weeks. So whoever got them.
Someone's out there saying,
Who do you think it is? We can bleep out the name.
I don't know. I don't think you... I know who you think they're from, but I don't know.
But then again, I don't know because it's a weird way to get them.
Like I said, if I would have sent you if I'm sending you flowers...
You want credit.
Right, you want credit. You want, like, oh, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's still a mystery. No clue. No one's owned up to it or... I don't know.
So they did have your name on it, right?
Yeah.
They showed up at work, so...
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes people get flowers at work and they don't say your name.
It was addressed to me. This pop-up keeps happening. Stop. Oh my god. Pick a time.
I get that a lot too.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, Max, don't stop.
From who?
That's random people.
Random. Really?
Just
How
go on a
many?
walk, find someone, go behind the shed. It's boom.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What a life you're living behind sheds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, classy. Okay. So, like you said, this is going to be our last episode for season one. We're going to come back in January, season two, a bunch of changes. We're going to be available on multiple platforms, including Apple. We're going to start a YouTube, and we might, I don't know, it depends on what we don't make money off this. If you guys want to send us money, that'd be great. But we don't make a profit off this. We don't make any money at all off this. That's why there's no ads. But I would like a more professional looking studio or more like professional setup than what we have. I think because we're one full season in, we can consider investing more. I think we didn't initially because we're like, we don't know what this is. We don't know what it's going to be.
This episode is brought to you by Coors Light.
That'd be $3 million. Wouldn't it be nice if you just like talked about that and someone sent you a check?
Crumble cookies.
Crumble. Did you say crumple or crumble?
Crumble. The most overrated cookie on the planet.
Well, now they're not going to pay us. Anyway, hoping for might look exactly the same when we come back in January because that's not really that much time.
Josh, Pinot Noir is the best.
Is that what I'm drinking?
Yeah, you don't even know what you're drinking.
Cheers. I don't know which one it is. They're both Josh. Anyway, as a topic for this week, this is so interesting. I feel like we usually go on. We haven't done this, like, just me and you in like a minute. So we'll see how this goes. This has to be a good episode. It's our last one for the year. We gotta make people want to come back.
Or we do a surprise like Christmas one from the
We
Christmas
might.
tree.
We might be like, hey, we want to record another one. Surprise.
Dress up in Christmas PJs.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, so this isn't the finale. Just kidding. We're gonna come back.
Why did I open my mouth?
Wait. Matching Christmas PJs?
I don't do matching. That's too much.
Can they coordinate? Yes.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Why would you put that out there and then not agree with me instantly?
Because
Okay. Anyway, this might be our last one. We'll see. This is probably not going to actually happen, so this could be. The topic is dating around the holidays. What are your experiences with dating around the holidays? We kind of all know mine, but
I didn't.
I know you're a summer guy. But you never dated around the holidays? Like,
I dated someone around Thanksgiving, but it only was a few weeks, and then it was done.
so you haven't dated anyone like over, besides your ex-wife, obviously, over
Nope.
like Christmas or anything?
Nope.
Just me?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying
Nope.
I'm the only one who's experienced that.
Nope.
Stop saying why. You're gonna make me edit so much. No, I'm saying.
I mean, number one, once the kids started school, it was busy,
Yeah.
and I really didn't put myself out there. And then with the holidays coming up, I just was like, that it's just too much.
Yeah. I dated around the holidays. That was weird.
I see that. Yeah.
That was weird. Did I date? Was I dating anyone around Thanksgiving? I was still talking to 8 Day. I think we might have already broken up though. I don't know. I think we had. I think we had already broken up, but we were still talking. Cool story, Christina. But we all know my Christmas story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was creepy. That's weird.
I mean, I get the sentiment was like he didn't want me to be alone for Christmas Eve. because I had no plans. Because every year we would go to my in-laws, and obviously that wasn't happening. So my kids were busy. I was by myself. I had my dad. My dad and I don't do anything for Christmas Eve, so I had no plans. And he was like, "Why don't you come here?" I'm like, "That's a lot." Like, because I was gonna like come over later and help them wrap gifts. And I'm like, "Well, let me know when you want me to come by." And he's like, "Why don't you just come over for the whole thing?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." So I went. I met his cousins. I met his ex-wife. I met a whole family, and it was really weird. Like, it was nice. It was actually super sweet. It was like comforting, but very weird for only dating for like a week at that point. And then I stayed to help them wrap gifts. And he's like, just stay the night. And so I was there Christmas morning. So yeah. I only lived 10 minutes away too. I could have very easily gone home. Didn't.
But you didn't.
I didn't. No. Nope. Spent Christmas with the whole family. Mm-hmm.
How did that end up?
Yeah, you dumped me, so that's so fun. That was a weird moment though, because I'm like, "Are you sure about this?" Because like I'm gonna be in pictures. He's like, "Yeah, of course." Like he was so sure about us, and then his brain broke. So yeah, I was only single that one Christmas. I've only been single for like a year, so though that's the most of the stories I have about that. But I thought you'd have more. I thought you dated around holidays before.
No,
Hmm. What do you think about dating around the holidays? Like people who have only been dating for a few months.
it's
Like,
complicated
yeah.
because then it's like there's gifts, and then how do you? Yeah, it's
Like, who do you invite them to Thanksgiving, or is that too weird?
it depends if you've I mean, the first thing is if you have kids, if they've met the kids yet, you don't
Mm-hmm.
want Thanksgiving, I think, to be the first time
Right.
or Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the pressure of getting a good gift because that's you're starting. You got to start strong. You got to like raise that bar in the beginning. So yeah, it's I didn't experience it, so I never had to deal with it. So it was fine.
I got a whole bag of gifts. It was nothing big because we had only been dating for like a week. But he got me like slip. He went to like TJ Maxx or something and got me like slippers and like hair clips and just like a bag full of stuff. But it was like little things. So it wasn't anything huge. And then I left it there. So great gift. Thanks.
Yeah,
It's his now.
hair clips and slippers.
Yeah. And a really
So
cozy blanket. I was
sounds like
excited with the
when you go to a
blanket.
hotel.
Well, I think he was trying to like be thoughtful, but like not like too much because it was, a week.
Knowing him, I'm surprised he didn't get you a ring.
Maybe he did. He didn't give it to me because he didn't have a chance. No, he wouldn't have. That would have freaked him out. Nope. Okay. Well, I thought that was going to take longer. But
I heard
anyway,
that. I hear that a lot too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, I thought you'd
behind
be
the shed.
longer. I thought you'd be longer. Eh.
Maybe it's because you're outside and you're behind sheds and stuff, and you're just like, you don't want to get caught. Is that what it is?
No.
Behind sheds.
Just not a shed. Sheds. Been
Sheds
multiple
multiple
sheds.
times. Yeah. Not with me. Um,
I don't see you as an outdoorsy person.
I'm outdoorsy sometimes. I like to sit on patios. I love a good patio. Same thing, right?
No.
No, you're outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk to your car. That's about as
I
outdoorsy
like
as
to
you
go
get.
boating. I'd love to go on a yacht or something.
Again, that's not being outdoorsy.
It's outside,
It's being
right?
bougie.
But it's outside
A
bougie.
yacht. Who says yacht?
But you're like outside.
I want to go on a
Yes.
yacht.
Who doesn't want to go on a yacht? Do you want to go on a yacht?
But I don't call it a yacht. I want to go on a boat.
I don't want to just go on a boat. I want to go on a yacht.
I'll
I
take a
do want to
ding.
go.
I'll take a dinghy.
That's what she said.
She's like, that's a big dinghy.
All
and
right.
and it floats.
Oh my god. I can't with you. I have so why are so many people texting me right now? I'm recording.
You're Miss
Hang on.
Popular.
Pause for it's my kid. We're pausing for 1 second. So we have a question. We got a few for the date therapy episode. Couldn't do them all. So we are not professionals, but we're gonna answer the rest of them. All right.
I'm professional.
At what?
Everything. Everything.
Everything. Me too. Okay. I need some dating advice. I've been dating this guy for about 3 weeks. He's gone out with some of my friends and vice versa.
Right there, 3 weeks.
No, no, no. You're going to have an opinion about this one. Uh, he's gone out with some of my friends and vice versa. Nothing super formal. His friends are cool and they seem a bit protective, making comments like calling him sensitive and asking how I feel about him. We haven't done anything sexual besides heavy kissing. I definitely want to, but I kind of did. I'm reading right now. Stop. No, no one wants that noise in their mic. Okay. Um, I definitely want to, but I kind of did some social media digging and he's actively following girls in his area, which leads me to believe he's still heavily active on dating apps. That's how we met, which is totally fair. We're not exclusive and have only been seeing each other for a few weeks, but still it still stings nonetheless. Is that fair? Is it logical? Is it even possible in this age of dating? I don't know how to explain that without making a guy feel cornered or pressured. Um, I
three
haven't
weeks.
slept with, oh, I skipped ahead. I haven't slept with anyone in over a year. Really, for no particular reason. I was just tired of hooking up with guys who didn't care about me, which is valid. No doubt this guy likes me, but I really don't want to sleep with anyone unless I know they're not sleeping with anyone else. That's where she goes. Is that fair? Is that logical? Is it even possible in this age of dating? I also don't know how to explain that without making a guy feel cornered or pressured. I guess I could start going on dates with other guys too, so my energy isn't too focused on him. But I do really like him, and I'm fine with just getting to know him for the time being. When I like someone, I don't feel like I need to keep going on dates. I'd rather spend time getting to know them until it does or doesn't work out. So that's valid. Like, I get where she's coming from.
But again, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's 3 weeks, and just
I don't think she's looking to be exclusive. I think she just doesn't
following
want him to
women
be.
on following women on Instagram. I mean, what that
I don't know
guys
what
do that?
actively following
Yeah,
someone means. Does that mean that she can see that he's liking things or.
or maybe he follows a couple people in the area. Like I don't know what that means. Again, we're the overreaction of social media. So it's been 3 weeks, and if you
Hmm.
feel that strongly, talk to him. Just ask
Yeah,
him.
that's her answer
Like
for
ask him.
all things is just talk.
No, but ask him. Like
Yeah.
I really like you, and and tell him like, listen, I haven't slept with anyone for a year, and I don't like to sleep with multiple partners, and I really I think that's something that if this works out we can do that, but are you sleeping with anyone else right now, or are you seeing anyone else? And then he'll either tell the truth or not. I think we overreact now. If she finds out like he's talking to other women on dating apps, but again that's because there's no boundaries set for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
um
And
I
she
just
said
I
that's fair because they're not exclusive.
Yeah, or just keep going out with him and see if you like him, and if you like him, then you talk with him. If not, I just want to go on other dates just to so you have less energy with him. There's other
Yeah.
ways to do that. You can just not talk to him as much, but it sounds like she likes him.
Yeah, I think
So
she
so
does,
again,
and I think she wants to sleep with him. She just isn't comfortable with the idea of him potentially sleeping with other people. But like, I get this dilemma. This is a very like valid thing to ask because
he'll
like
sleep with her and then he'll leave.
I think I would be on the same page. I just never really thought about it. Like the people I've slept with, I've kind of just hoped they weren't sleeping with other people. We didn't have that discussion, but like I think it's a valid thing
Yeah.
to want. Like I don't really want to sleep with someone who's sleeping with multiple other people at the same time. Like I don't know. I guess I mean, honestly wasn't really any of my business, so I didn't ask. But like if she's really into him, and pretty much every guy that I've dated has wanted to be exclusive relatively quickly, except for you. But you did tell me you weren't seeing anyone else. So we never had to
No.
have that discussion. I guess you should just ask, be like, hey, are you seeing other people? Like, we don't have to be exclusive, but I'm just curious.
Now, would the guy be an asshole and be like, "No, I'm not seeing other people, but I'm sleeping with other people"?
I mean, it's possible. And she's right. Like, is that realistic to even like hope for?
Not this early. I mean, 3 weeks in is how many dates have they been on? Probably only a couple.
Yeah.
And then this whole, like I said, this overreaction on social media, just people.
Well, and the truth is, he's single.
Yeah,
So he can be interacting and meeting people and still on apps and dating other people. And like, that's just how it goes.
because she said following local people in the area. So what if like your friends are in there? I don't know.
I love that deep dive, though. Like, she's a
That's what
detective.
women do. Yeah,
I guess I just didn't like. I don't know why he didn't do that with you.
guys don't. I don't know. I can't speak for all guys, but guys really don't do that. They'll look for maybe a couple minutes and then be like, whatever.
You
So
don't have the detective skills that we have.
no,
That's
I
what it
just don't.
is.
It's not important to me.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't to me either. That's why I didn't care. Like, I don't know. That's probably why I've gotten hurt so many times. Because I'm just like, I trust you. And that's it. So I don't know. I agree. I could think you just have a conversation with him. I'm not sure if there's a way to do it without making him feel cornered. I guess it's just how you phrase it. Be like, hey,
But
no pressure.
I would wait a bit. Like it's been 3 weeks.
I don't think she has to say, let's be exclusive. I think asking, hey, are you dating other people? And like, totally fair if you are. Just curious. I think she could ask that now, right? Or no?
Yeah. Like I said, I'd give it a couple months and then see how she feels, and
Yeah, but like, she wants to sleep with him now.
then sleep with them.
No, she doesn't want to be sleeping with other people. That's why it's the whole dilemma.
Have them wear rubber.
I don't think that's solving her issue. That's such a guy answer. No, I think you just talk to him. Just ask him, are you seeing other people? Um, you could even bring up the subject like, I wouldn't mind seeing things go further with us. This is where I stand on it, and just be like, this is why I'm asking. It's not because I want to be exclusive right now. I get that it's early, but I also don't want to be sleeping with someone who's sleeping with like other people at the same time.
She should just say, "I would love for you to put a dent in me."
Nobody gets that joke but us. That's not, we need to find where that came from because, like, I don't know. It's only funny to us. Right?
I'd like to put a dent in that.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's from. Probably the same guy that says "do better."
Do better. You know how many times I heard that today? I heard it like 5 times on the radio. I almost texted you. I'm like, I heard them say do better 5 times in my hour drive. Different conversations. 5. I'm like, oh, Max is here. Do better. Hey, Max. Do better.
See, I take it as great constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to?
Yeah, I will be better today.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I don't know if we solve that problem, but that's my suggestion. Just bring it up. You could be blunt about it. Be like, hey, like I wouldn't mind taking this a little further, but like I'm not comfortable with the idea of you sleeping with other people at the same time. Which again, super fucking valid. Like I feel the same way. So,
Hmm.
hmm. Okay. This one, I don't want to give names or anything. What is wrong with my voice? Why am I so scratchy?
I don't know, but the snow is crazy. Look at that.
He's watching football right now.
It's a snow game. Look at that shit.
Should we start recording on Wednesdays instead?
It's not, and that not. It's not mashed potatoes.
It's not mashed potatoes. Nobody gets that either. They weren't here for that discussion.
I don't think anyone knows about that other than you.
Should I tell?
Yeah.
So we were talking about Cleveland and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I talked about how me and my ex and our kids went to see the house from A Christmas Story. And when they filmed, there was no snow, but it's Christmas and they were trying to make it snowy. So they made snow out of mashed potatoes. That whole street, that all the roofs, everything was mashed potatoes.
So there's a line off of the Beastie Boys, one of their CDs. It's like in between songs, and it makes this. I know this sounds sick, but the guy would get up like, "I bet you stick your dick in mashed potatoes."
That's where you went with that.
Yeah, the Beastie Boys. What was it? Sabotage. So
Mm-hmm.
they let along awaited, and like in between songs, they would have just funny things.
Oh, I
And it's just
remember
like
that.
this guy's like, "I bet you stick your dick in some mashed potatoes." Peace out, Beastie Boys. We love you.
Sad. Didn't one of them die?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay. With that depressing news, I'm going to move on to the next one. But there's your mashed potato
Oh,
fact.
sleep till
See?
dead, dead, Brooklyn.
Um, the mashed potato fact was brought to you by Thanksgiving, which is next week. But this is going to come out a couple of days before Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Gobble gobble.
I didn't know what you were about to say. Okay.
If you get 3 strikes in a row, it's a turkey.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, you should know that
Oh.
with all your bowling.
I
Watching
only
bowling.
dated him for 3 weeks, so I don't know that. I only went to one bowling game. What are they called? Is it a game?
Yeah, there's like 3 games.
Yeah, his bowling league thing. I don't know. That was a weird date. He's just trying to show me off.
How am I gonna show off? Let's take her bowling.
I didn't bowl. I was watching him bowl with his
I'd
team.
be in the arcade.
No, I was just sitting there watching him play. But
You're
then he
like,
would come over to me in between. No, I was like, I was on my phone.
no.
I was bored. I'm like, what's happening here? So I watched him bowl, but like when other people were bowling, I don't care. It's on my phone. Anyway, I wonder why we broke up. All right, I need advice from single parents, which we both
He
are.
only had 8-pound balls.
Stop. I don't know if he listens to this. He might.
Who gives a shit?
These could be from him. What if they are? They're not. Let's be real, they're not. But he could listen. I've sent him the link, like when we were still friends, but we're not friends anymore.
Other than a bowling ball, what else has 3 holes? Oh,
Stop.
you cut that one out. Zinger.
No, I need to leave it in. Wow. What's that? See, we're back. We're feeling better. Even though I sound terrible, I don't know why I sound so bad, but we're back to drinking. So we should be entertaining. We'll see. I always think it's terrible, and then I listen back. I'm like, that was really funny. You can talk when I'm drinking.
Yahtzee.
I don't have to. What did you say about the show when I said you have to be funny? You said I can't carry the show, but I'm quiet for 2 seconds and it's just dead air.
That's all right. Dead air is good.
No, it's
realistic.
not.
It's realistic.
No, I cut that shit out because no one wants to listen to that on a podcast.
That shit out.
No one wants to listen to that on a podcast. It's different when it's a radio, but a podcast, no. No one has time for that shit.
People don't know the difference anymore.
Okay, can I read this question?
Who the fuck listens to the radio anymore?
I love the radio. For someone who wanted to be in radio, it's interesting that you don't listen to it.
Yeah, like satellite radio was popular 15 years ago. If you don't have satellite radio or
I don't have
Spotify,
satellite.
like what? Yeah,
I do have Spotify. Obviously, we're on Spotify, so obviously I have it. But I listen to the radio. It's how you hear new things, and you hear like fun stories and dating things. And if you're into the Chicago area, or if you just have the iHeart Radio app, iHeart should sponsor us. Kiss FM, the Fred Show in the mornings, really funny.
Who did you want to have the podcast?
I was gonna ask Fred, and I forgot.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'd do it, but maybe.
Fred, help us out.
I'm gonna message him. I don't know if he reads his messages. He's not. I mean, he's a local celebrity. I don't think he's that big of a deal that he won't listen. He won't read messages, right? I don't know. I don't read some messages either.
If it says no dick pics podcast, I would click on it.
You would,
Yeah,
yeah. Mm. Um, can I read this question now? Are
go
you
for
ready?
it.
Are you focused?
I'm not focused, but
No, you're not. Stop.
it's snowing. It's like a
I
blizzard.
know it is.
Amazing. I love snow games.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
I've been here.
Mm,
You haven't answered this question yet. So,
I haven't been able to read it yet
well, let's
because
go. Today, Junior.
it's not my fault. It's yours.
Spit
Okay.
it out. Haven't
I'm
heard that one
trying.
before.
Stop
Huh?
it. Oh my God, Max.
Zinger.
When I said be funny, I didn't mean at my expense. Okay. I need advice from single parents, which, like I said, we
Feel like the
both
girl
are.
at the Denver Nuggets game.
Stop. This is going on Facebook, so like you can't do too much. It'll get no, don't do it. Stop.
If you haven't watched it, watch the fan cam at the Denver Nuggets game, and
This girl goes for it. Like she has no shame. Okay. Again, I'm reading this question. Stop. I'm at a loss for what to do. I'm dating someone seriously who has 4 kids, 2 driving age and
hi,
2 away at college.
4 kids on leave.
Seriously?
Boom. Yeah, it's too much.
Even though they're like grown up?
Yeah, it's
Why is that too much?
just too many. Too many.
Oh, interesting. I'm learning things about you.
2's my limit.
Oh. I don't know that I have an opinion on this. So, yeah, that's kind of a lot. But at this
I was
age,
dating a guy. He only had 8 kids.
I mean, that's a little different. I don't know. No judgment, to each their own. Okay.
Way to spread those legs. 8 kids.
Stop.
Popping out like ping pongs.
Stop it. Give this guy some wine and he's just on fire.
Zinger.
I'm dating someone seriously who has 4 kids, 2 driving age and 2 away at college. His ex has a live-in boyfriend for the past 10 plus years. However, they frequently take trips, like week-long trips, weekend getaways, and have a very busy social life. She gives very little notice of plans and then changes them last minute. So he's often with his kids and tending to their needs, such as dinner and being home with them. Kids should always come first. Mine does. But my ex and I follow a parenting plan with flexibility. Our ability to spend time together is at the mercy of his ex. I've voiced that he needs to stand up to her and say no, but this has been going on since their divorce. He is very sweet, treats me well, and says he loves me. I haven't said it back yet.
That
Now,
girl.
I'm not going to see him for 10 days, and I'm tired and sad with missing each other all the time. But his lack of availability has me frustrated, torn, and I don't know what to do. She goes on to say that they have been together for 2 months, so it hasn't been that long. It's a little soon for him to be saying I love you, in my opinion, from someone who's been told that said I love you too.
You are a professional at that.
I am. Every guy I've dated has said it to me. Pretty quickly, like quickly. Not you, Max did not love on me. You're so proud of that.
Stay
But
strong. Stay strong.
multiple other guys did very early on. One did before we were even exclusive. One said it before we started dating. We had known each other for a while.
How'd that end? How'd that last?
Not with him, so anyway. I have
So why is she apart for 10 days? That's my
Yeah.
first thing.
That's my question too. Like, they're old enough to stay home. They don't need a sitter. They're 16 or older, all of them.
He's banging someone else.
That's an assumption. We don't know that for sure. I get the lack of flexibility and having to have the kids a lot, because that happened with us. Like towards the end, you were busy with your kids a lot because your schedule changed a lot too, because that happens to you all the time. We've had to reschedule the podcast for that a few times just because your plans change, but your kids are also younger and still require supervision and rides places and stuff. His kids don't. So, like, I get it if he's not ready for her to meet the kids. It's fair because it's only been 2 months. Can't they go to dinner? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't think he's just that into her, or maybe he needs his time. So I think he's seen other people.
It's possible. It's
It's an,
it's
and
a
it's
little
a, and it's an easy excuse because you're not gonna. If you say, "Oh, I have stuff going on with my kids," you're not gonna push it. Like, okay,
right.
that's fine.
That's shitty if that's the case. But yeah,
Everyone uses their kids as a crutch.
I don't.
No,
I
but I mean, most people do because it's an easy out. It's like, oh, you know,
You know, it's funny. I was gonna say I don't because my kids are too old for that, but apparently that doesn't matter. So are his. I would be like, what? What do you mean you have to tend to your kids? They're 17. Like, your kids want to hang out with you because mine didn't. When mine were 17, they're like, leave me alone.
yeah, he's just, I don't know, just doesn't sound. Something doesn't sound right.
Yeah, something's off here. Um, I can see him putting his kids first, and that is something that is important and like something that I would find attractive. But to the point where like you're not seeing each other at all, or there's weird reasons why he can't see you even though he should be able to. There's more to this. So it's valid that he wants to be there for his kids. Does he need to be there for his kids right now? No. His kids do not need him right now. They're old enough to take care of themselves.
Yeah, just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Or unless, I mean, if he does need some time to himself, just tell her.
Yeah.
Be like, bitch, I need some me time.
Yeah. I mean, you were very honest. And, like, you were like, hey, I need a night to myself or
2 or
whatever.
3.
Whatever. Um, forever.
She keeps coming over. Damn. She keeps baking the same marry me chicken. What's going on?
I didn't make it that many times, did I? That was the first thing I made for you, though, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I don't.
I don't either. No, I made you the salmon that my boss helped me with because he's a chef. I'm trying to hook him. Did it work? We're not
I
going to
don't
answer
know.
that. Yeah, we're not going to answer that.
Did it work?
Did it? Who knows? Stay tuned.
Fred will reveal tomorrow on iHeartRadio.
Kiss FM. Okay. So, with this potentially being our last episode, we'll see. We might come back with a special. You know what? This is the last episode of the season. If we do come back for one more, it'll be a bonus.
A bonus. It's like
Yeah.
a bonus. It's like a Christmas gift. It's a bonus.
Which we, let's be real, are probably not going to even do.
It's a dick in a box.
Oh, God. You haven't done this in a while, so this is fun. Because last time we had Biana, so we didn't really have you weren't going random like you weren't.
And then we had the OnlyFans model before that.
We did. We've had a good few episodes. The last one was really good. You should listen to it. We give some good advice. I give some good advice.
There we go. It's all comes back to her. It's all about her. You
Listen.
can't, you know.
Listen.
I mean, anyone that has stickers is that's not right.
Do you want to know how it started? There's a
No,
story.
I don't need.
It was a joke. It's always been a joke. I'm
I
not
just
actually full of
just
myself.
let's just leave it. It's let our imagination take over.
Let's clear it up. I'm not actually full of myself. Is that correct? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to be offended. Do you think I'm full of myself?
No, you're not.
Okay. It's a joke. It started off at work. My boss the one I work for again now, used to say, "You're the best," anytime you did something good. And so he started saying it to other people, and I would get pissed. So I'd be like, "No, I'm the best." And so we had a bunch of like labels And so I printed Christina is the best stickers and I stuck them everywhere around the office.
Maybe
And
it's. I think what I realize because people at my work don't say anything nice at all. They're a bunch of old fuckers. So maybe that's where I would like one time to say, Max, good job. Way to be.
they
Max
don't,
is the best.
you should say that. You should start saying it to like your
Oh, I
team
say
and
it to
stuff.
everybody. I thank everyone. I'm like, you're doing an
Oh,
awesome
that's good.
job. But the rest of them are just fucking idiots.
Gratitude goes a long way.
They're like, fucking grumpy as fuck.
I will say one of my favorite things about my boss is that he is very vocal in like saying thank you for your help. Like this was really good, or like if something he's really good at praise and like boosting you and giving you acknowledgement for things that you did. So, and it makes a huge difference to feel acknowledged. Even if it's something stupid and little, it makes you feel like, okay, I did something.
I slap everyone on the ass and say, good job.
Do you? Take them
Yeah.
behind a shed?
No, no, I just slap on the ass. We don't have a shed at work.
Oh, that's good. That'd be an HR issue.
Yeah, we don't really have an HR department.
That's
We do, but
wild.
yeah, we do, but I mean, the shit I hear throughout the day, no.
Okay. Um, do you have any favorite moments? As this is our last official episode, do you have any favorite moments of the last 27 episodes?
Yeah, I think starting off, I don't know what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
At least like the at least first five or six. I think favorite episodes. I think it was. I have to think back. I mean, if you look back now, like the most controversial was like the breakup episode. That was big.
Super
It was
highly rated too.
yeah. Um, I like the one with
Tia?
Tia. That was um obviously I really enjoyed the OnlyFans one because I think it's kind of cool to like everyone's always had so many questions and it was like I was always interested in like how much they took and just kind of how you evolve from something like that. I think I still think like the OnlyFans thing. I think the scary part is like okay, you're doing it now, but in like 5 or 10 years, it could still affect you. So I like the OnlyFans. I liked getting Biana on. Having that
Mm-hmm.
therapist's point of view was really good. I also enjoyed Amber both times she's been on because she even revealed that like murderous story, which
That
was
was a
pretty
good one.
cool.
Yeah.
Um,
She had the
I
best
mean,
stories.
I like Susie because Susie was like our first guest
I know. I
ever.
should have asked her to come on today.
So
Yeah, it would have been like a good bookend.
I mean, a lot of them. I like having different people on, get different points of view.
Mm-hmm.
It's been interesting. I think it's like it's eye opening because it's like, and that's I guess the whole point of this is I wanted to show people like dating is fucked up and people are fucked up and like whatever you think is crazy, like you have crazy stories, there's someone with crazier stories and more fucked up situations. And I think we're like we're only scratching the surface. Now I think one of the things that we've talked about is also developing it. So it's like, yeah, it's about dating, but it's also about like life and kind
Mm-hmm.
of how you involve with life. And so I mean, those are some things we can really touch on. But yeah, it's been fun. It's some nights I'm not really looking forward to it, and then you kind of get into it. It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like I hate going to the gym, and then once I show up, like the first 10 minutes are kind of like eh, and then once you get going, then by the time you leave, you're like, oh man, I really enjoyed that. So it's
Yeah.
fun. I told my therapist it's like it's like having therapy because you're kind of talking
Mm-hmm.
about stuff and it's a little different now. I guess we can get into that later, but like in the beginning, just the whole dating, the whole dating scene is just so bizarre. Obviously, with social media, and I still think that's a huge issue with people is social media and just in that one question, how people take social media so serious. I had an ex and like I didn't like one of her photos and all of a sudden I was accused of cheating. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I've had fun. I mean, some of them are good and some of them, sometimes it's just nice having us just talk because
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been fun. But I really like the OnlyFans because I never thought we would like broach that subject because that's not something that people, and
Yeah,
it's
you don't
pretty
typically
interesting.
associate that with dating.
Yeah, but it is. It's a huge
Mhm.
part, and the fact that she was dating someone too, which is kind of bizarre. Because I
Yeah.
I've been asking people like, how would you feel, and I've heard it's so back and forth. Like most people would say no, I wouldn't want her to do that, but
How do you really feel about it? Because you said you didn't care, but do you?
I don't know. To me it would depend. So if she is just like talking and
Mhm.
doing videos and like pictures, that doesn't really bother me. But to me, like it always leads to something else. So
Mhm.
to make more money, you've got to do videos, and to make more money, you've got to do sexual videos. Like
Mhm.
it keeps going like further and further. And she said she doesn't do that, but like at what point, what if she breaks up with him? And it's like, hey, I got an I don't know, but it sounded like I mean she was she's doing decent like
Well, and even if she is doing them or anyone is doing them, it's like, on it's their decision to do what they want with
right.
their bodies. But like, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't like just purely one because of my job and two because like I just
People, but that's a weird thing. It's like people are gonna find out,
yeah,
especially like kids and stuff, and
right.
so
And like
it's
with my daughter and like son and stuff, like I just don't know that like they would ever I don't know that they'd ever recover from that. Like I think they'd be like, "Oh my
I
god."
just thought it was so interesting, like the other aspects, like how do you get your name out there? Well, Reddit, there's a whole
That's
huge thing
amazing. I didn't know about
with
that.
OnlyFans, and then she goes to the erotica convention, and
Mhm.
so
We're
it's
not
pretty
setting up a
crazy.
booth there, by the way.
No, I
One,
know.
they're expensive, but like I
Yeah,
don't think that's our scene. That's not
I
our
think it'd be
demographic.
fun.
It'd be
I think it would
fun,
just
but
be fun.
that's not our demographic.
No, 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 not
No.
for the podcast. I think it would be fun just to show up. I've always wanted to. So it's not like I think people get the wrong idea. It's not like, yeah, there are porn stars and there's like adult film people there doing stuff. But there's also like different booths for like sex toys and just create stuff all over the field. I think and there's a lot of
Yeah.
horny people that show up. So
Sounds like a fun place
we
for
could
me
do
to
one of
go.
those like man on the street with like the portable mic. Like
Oh, I want to get they have these tiny mics. They're like little baby microphones.
yeah,
I want one of those.
'cause that's where the hot tour. You gotta spit in that thing.
Hmm. What a year.
What were your favorite moments?
I would say honestly, like I love Susie as our first guest because she was prepared first of all and had stories and really set us up for like how we continue to do interviews. So I'm really glad that we had her on. She just messaged me tonight, so I should have seen if she could come back on for like the last episode of the season too. But um, I think that she had really really good stories. I know for a fact that girl has more stories, so we'll have her on again as a repeat. Um, but I love Susie just as a first guest. Tia, of course, was hilarious. Um, we have to have her back next season because we promised to do another one on May, whatever it was. Like,
Oh, Tristan too, because the wrestling.
yeah. Well, he has his own show now too. Let me look it up. Talk for a second. Entertain everyone.
Yeah, it's been an interesting. I'm trying to think of the other guests we've had. We've had a lot of
Bree,
good stories. Hmm.
Bree.
Yeah.
I sent you the pictures because I went to Target and they had these little Christmas trees, and I instantly thought of Bree.
No, but I mean, there was a lot of. I just like to hear just different aspects, and then, you know, you talk about the people that are dating, the people that have met, success stories. Um, so that's, I mean, it's been a good run. I can't believe we've done 27 of these.
I know. So
It's
Tristan's podcast is called DTF Discover the Flow. It's on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio. Go Tristan. Maybe I should ask him questions about expanding.
yeah.
But yeah, he finally launches his podcast. I have not taken the time to listen to it yet because apparently I'm a bad friend. But um, I think he has a handful of episodes out now. He named it DTF. That's funny.
The one not that weird, but it was fun. But when Jarrett was on, it was kind of like,
I was gonna have him back today.
yeah, no, because when it was like the split screen, it was like,
That was fun
sh-
for me.
yeah, it's like she does have a type,
Yeah, I mean, what can I say?
but it was good hearing from him because we have similar stories
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I don't think we've had a bad guest. I mean, it's been sometimes they're not exciting
No,
as the stories, but it's still
they've all been fun. It's
the
all been like,
the message always came out correctly.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
yeah,
I honestly, one of my favorite ones was the last one. I loved having someone actually come on and ask a
right.
question like live, and so we could have a discussion and like talk it out. I think that was like
And Jared, because about a VCR getting stolen, I just
he has so many stories. So, my friends Chris and Jack want to come on at some point. I told you I'm a bad friend. I'm like, yeah, 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 and then I never figured it out. But they have a very interesting story of how they met. So we'll have to share that at some point. Um, yeah, I think the last one was probably one of my favorites to listen back to just because there's so much going on. And there's so many like good tips that Biana was giving. Like she was right about the whole Jen thing. Like when I'm thinking this guy's a fuckboy, which he is. Let's be real. He's a bartender. He was a fuckboy. But when she was like, "Is he an asshole?" Because he didn't change the rules. She did. So that was like an eye opening. Like, oh, wait a minute, you're right. So
I think getting on these dating, because people are like, well, why are you in this like singles social group pages? Like, because they're just fun to
oh my
read,
god, they're so good.
all the drama and stuff. So
They're good. Yeah. So I don't know. I've enjoyed it. I'm glad that Susie's the one who got me on them. So yeah, we have to have her back. Um, I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I edit all of them, so like I feel attached to every single episode. I think everyone's good because I put them together. But I don't know. I loved the last one. I loved the one with Bree, Tia. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what we can do next season because I feel like we're growing. Our listener base is growing. We have had a huge step in growth in the past like month, which is exciting. So if you're just starting to listen to us, thank you. Go back and listen to the old ones. Um, but another question I had as part of our season finale is what do you want for next season? What do you want to see in 2025 for the show?
are you asking the audience or me
I'm asking
personally?
you.
Oh,
They can't answer me.
I want, yeah, I want the podcast to grow. I want, you know, I think we need to maybe market the podcast a little bit more to people.
Mhm.
I've always said like we don't need a major influencer, but we need like a medium, like a decent influencer on like Instagram or TikTok, if TikTok is even around then, to kind of like just promote the show. It's like, hey, I mean, we do our best about talking to people and handing the cards out, but that's going to only go so far. But like I said, I'm kind of new to the whole marketing on social media, so I'm not sure what the next step is.
Are
But I
there
mean,
any like guests or like
I
ideas
just
that you have for next season that you want to see, or any like just hopes for the show?
I mean, I want the show to grow, and I think there's other platforms we can hit.
Hmm.
Like, it is about dating, but we can go beyond dating.
I agree. I think we can widen because this show has made me realize I'm like, I could write a book. No, I couldn't. Other people could write a book. Let's be realistic. I only dated for 2 months. I don't have that many stories. I was like, well, I'm out of stories.
I would just like to. I think getting different types of guests will
Hmm.
bring in different people viewing. That's I think we should think about. It's just like, okay, if we get someone like this, how can it impact? I just think we need to get some more people to impact. Like, we just need to find that person and just like reach out to them, and hopefully they will. I mean, we're not in this to make any money because we're not making any money.
No,
We're doing this
we're
for
not.
fun.
Yeah.
But like the next step would be maybe like, hey, maybe we make a little bit, like get some advertisers and kind of
Yeah.
go from that because people give us positive feedback, and I think why you get positive feedback and like I knew we were doing the right thing is when like when we broke up and I started talking with Biana and I was like, oh yeah, well, listen to this podcast because I knew I was like, people are gonna be like, and the fact that she's like, oh my god, that was good. Most of them put me to sleep, and I remember that, and I hear that a lot, and I think there's these other dating podcasts. It's like famous people or whatever,
Hmm.
and then people. It's not believable to like the normal person, but when you have just two normal people, and
Yeah.
I think it's important to have that male and female perspective. Two normal people that have dated and like they see things this is the real world, and I think it's important for people like yeah they're not like because celebrities are like oh because at the end of the day they go back to their fucking mansion,
Right.
the chef makes them whatever they but like normal people that have to work have to balance like social life, kids, work, just family drama, and like
Hmm.
how you kind of balance everything, and I think that's important. Yeah, I mean, I obviously want the show to grow. I'm not sure right now how we let it make it grow. I'm sure there's going on YouTube will help. And I think there's other like I think there's other platforms out there for not platforms but other areas outside of dating, like maybe like culture,
I
you
think
know,
just like a lifestyle
right?
kind of podcast in general, talking about relationships, talking about just stuff that people our age face and deal with,
Yeah,
and dating's a big part of that. Obviously, we're never changing. We could talk about anything. And the name of the show is always going to be No Dick Pics. Like we can never
right.
change it. But I think we're going to focus on relationships because that's the foundation of our podcast. But yeah, I think branching into like lifestyles and like pop culture, whatever things like that, I think is fair because I think that keeps people interested too. It makes it a little bit more exciting to not have the same thing every week.
I forgot what they call it. It's cross something. So back in radio,
Crossover.
when you go from one show to the other, they have like a 5 minute section where they're talking with each other.
Hmm.
That's usually the best. And so I'm thinking like, all right, maybe we hit up someone else on another podcast, and you
Hmm.
kind of have two podcasts
Oh,
going
I have ideas for
at the
that.
same
So
time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
So
recently joined a podcast group, and the funniest thing about this group is I can't say the name of the podcast in it. My comment gets deleted because it's against their rules, and it's automatically deleted. It's not like the admin saying no; it's instantly deleted because of the name of our show.
but I want to change the name. I mean that
No, I'm
name
never gonna change
that
it.
gets. I mean I think people click on it just be like, what is this?
Right?
So
No, it's never changing. We could be talking about anything; it's still gonna be the No Dick Pics podcast. So it was a
better
thanks
better
again, Lynn.
better equipment
Better
and
equipment,
maybe a studio.
something
Yeah.
something different. So I mean, this works because it's like obviously this is a hobby for us. We didn't want to invest too much, but I think it's turned into something that we're gonna stick with and keep doing. Most podcasts fail after 6 episodes, and we're on 27. We did a whole year of episodes. We
Yeah.
started in March. It's November, so I know that's not a full year, but it's a pretty long season for a podcast.
It's a fiscal year.
Yeah. And I think it's, I don't want to be unrealistic and say, yeah, we're going to put out episodes every week for the month of December. We're not. We had a hard enough time just when school started. With the
But
holidays,
that,
it's just too hard to do.
but that's what I hear when everyone says like regardless of what you do, just be consistent. Like that's what everyone
Hmm.
says. Like, do you like the podcast? Yeah, and they're like, I like it because it's like every week. Like you
Hmm.
guys are there, And yeah, things happen and stuff. So yeah, I think there's a lot of places to grow. But like I said, I mean, I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm targeting. And he
Yes,
if
I
he
know.
gets and he gets the word out there, and he's also dating like he's dating too,
Yeah.
and I think it would be interesting to get them
There
both.
is
Yeah.
someone I want to try. I'll say his name too. I want to try to get Clay. What's his
Oh,
last name?
Clay Harbor.
Yeah, Clay. I was gonna say Harbin, and I'm like that doesn't sound right. Clay Harbor. He is local. We have a connection through my friend from high school, and he was on The Bachelor, or he was on The Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise. So that's like Christina's world, but then he played football too. So it's like your world. And he's hosting some local sports show or something. I don't know. We can ask him when we have him on because I'm gonna try. I don't know. I don't know if he will, but I'm gonna try. Doesn't hurt to ask. Mario never responded to me, so
That's all right.
he's
That
too
was
big
more
of
of
a
a
deal.
Zach and Kelly.
Eh. Um. Yeah, I'm hoping for more guests that we don't know. Like we kind of had more of that at the end. It was so fun having all my friends on. I actually think the banter on those is really good because I know them already. But we have some people that you know that we're potentially going to have on. We can have on next season. And then I don't know, just looking forward to hearing more stories and hearing more about other people's lives. And it just like, it gave me so much perspective to what I experienced was one, super fucking normal, and two, not really that crazy.
Yeah.
Like I thought I went through it and I'm like, no, I kind of didn't. you know, I had it pretty easy.
And then we could also explore, like relationships too. Like,
Yeah.
once you start dating and then it becomes serious, like how
Hmm.
you navigate,
Yeah, I think we do. And we have something, I know we've been very like quiet about or just not answering questions about where we stand with each other. And I think when we come back in January, we'll probably dive deeper into like where we stand and like what our dynamic has been since we broke up. We can get into that on the first episode. So that's a reason to come back, guys, because we'll get into it.
I mean, people close to us know, but those some of them do, some of them don't. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be, I mean, I think we were very open and honest for a long time. And then we shut down on it because I think we were still trying to figure what out us and our friendship and our podcasting dynamic and things like that. So we've been a little bit more quiet about our own personal lives recently, which I know is kind of like the opposite of what we did on the show, but we will open back up about it next season. We're just
we will open our
trying to
legs wide open.
stop. We are just trying to create suspense now. Come back. Season 2.
Cliffhanger, right? We need a cliffhanger.
Right? Yeah. Are we Jerry and Elaine or Ross and Rachel? I don't know.
We were on the break, right? I gotta find a copy girl.
No, you don't. Take her behind a shed.
Sheds.
Sheds. Yeah, sorry, plural. Sheds. Yeah, so I don't know. Um, Once I'm done editing this shouldn't be more than an hour. So you want to wrap it up? Or do you have more you want to say?
I don't know. I just want to thank everyone.
Hmm.
It's been fun. It's like I said, it's therapy for us, and it's fun finding out about everybody, finding out just the fucked up situations out there, and I think it's fun. Like when we go out and like we just give someone a card
Yeah.
and like the reaction. Like some of the like I give people at work a card and they're like, "Wait, you have a podcast?" Like, yeah.
Hmm.
Like what's and I tell them and they're like, "Oh my god, that's awesome." I just think the reaction is because like dick pics is just such a hot topic,
It is.
and so it's kind of funny. So I've told family and friends, but I really don't know how many. I know.
I think it's
I
a
mean,
hard podcast to listen to for family.
yeah. I mean, I've told my ex wife about it, but I don't know if she does. I know a couple friends that obviously Cuff and Shar listen to it. Shout out
Hmm.
guys, they were there from the beginning.
Yeah. And
Um,
something I want to add to, like, because we have a lot of married friends that love the show and listen to it, but feel like they can't really add to it because, like, they haven't dated in 20 years.
but I think they enjoy it because of like, look at the shit we missed.
I know.
Like they're like, thank God.
Right. But also, if you guys have input, if you have comments, if you are like, oh my God, that's crazy, let us know. Come on the show. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss one of the stories we heard, or if you have, send me a voice note and I'll play it or something. But like, you don't have to be single to be on the show.
Right.
You don't have to have crazy
Because
dating stories. We can talk about anything, especially relationships. I think if we're expanding more into relationships in the next season, we can talk to people who have had successful long term relationships and see what their secrets are and things like that. So if you have been listening and you're like, I wish I could be on, but I don't have any crazy stories, you could absolutely be on. We're definitely going to grow our subject matter.
I'm definitely gonna grow.
Like, I knew as soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, no.
See, there you go. Anything that comes out of your mouth is you gotta.
Oh my god, Max.
I mean, it's like okay, it's
I
softball,
know.
right?
I'm
And you're
just
throwing a
so.
beach ball. You're just throwing a beach ball. I'm like, I'm gonna hit it.
This is why we're a good pair because I don't even realize I'm doing it until it happens, and I'm like, fuck.
Yahtzee. I'll do my last one. Ground and pound.
Oh. But yeah, just to piggyback off of you, thank you to everyone who listens. Thank you to all the people who listen to every episode. That's insane. So thank you. Max hasn't even listened to every episode. So
I listened to
thank
the
you.
breakup. I remember.
Yeah, that's a fun memory. Um, but we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't have the feedback that we've had. We wouldn't be um, having the support that we have. We wouldn't, the guests that we get, all this stuff is like, it's not just the two of us. There's a lot of people involved in this. So thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show. Thank you to everyone who continues to listen and support us. People who,
I want to.
who spread the word,
Yeah.
like, thank
I want
you.
to thank Jim Harbaugh. I want to thank Coach Dan Campbell.
They don't do
I want.
anything to help
I want
our
to thank Coach
podcast.
Moore for flipping Bryce. Next year, baby, we got this. No, I know they know. I would, but I have to because they're my boys.
Yeah. But if you want to help support us, if you want to be like, I love your show, what can I do to contribute? Tell someone about it. Share the podcast, tell people to listen, and that helps us enormously. The higher our numbers are, the more exposure we get.
Show your dick pics.
No, don't do that.
You learn at OnlyFans that you could rate them.
Yeah, I'm willing to
So
do that. I'm willing to start an OnlyFans just for that. I don't want to do anything else. But if you'd be interested in that, let me know.
let's do it.
So yeah, thanks again to everyone. You guys are awesome. I didn't think
Yeah,
this many people would be interested in our stories, so it's nice to hear that people listen and that people want to hear more and are excited to have us come back. So
I think I stopped doing my Seinfeld references.
it's
I
been a
don't.
minute.
Yeah, I
You
don't know where to.
okay?
I don't know how to end it with that. Like, there's got to be a perfect Seinfeld.
Are you feeling okay? I can't believe you haven't done that in a while. You've been off your game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched Seinfeld in a while.
It's true.
So
Yeah. So be sure to rate us, review, subscribe. You can subscribe on Spotify for now, but next season you can subscribe to lots of different places. Follow us on Facebook. We're still posting the full videos on Facebook, and then next season we'll start with YouTube. So
Serenity now. There you go.
yeah, so make sure you leave us a rating because that makes a huge difference and helps us with Spotify. And keep listening. And if you want to go back and listen to old ones, that helps me too. So do that. But
Have a great holiday and
yeah,
a happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2025.
thanks everyone. Bye.
Peace out.